All right, everybody, welcome back to BRUISED Podcast. I'm your host, Soup, joined by my co-host, as per usual,
Lewi.
Lewi. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. I'm a little tired.
A little bit tired. It is, what time? 11:15 p.m.
It's supposed to be recorded at, 9:45?
We got to it, though. We're here. We're doing it. It's all good. It's fine.
We're here right now. That's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody. I know it's a few days late, but, every other Friday, this is like when we post, so.
Yeah.
But, Happy New Year. Anyway, I hope your year has started off in a good way.
Better than last year.
Better than last year.
Maybe.
Last year
Who
was
knows?
pretty shit, but,
It's probably going to be the same way this year. Who knows? We'll see.
you got to just hope for the best.
That's all you got to do.
That's all you
At
got
this
to do.
point.
It's fine.
This week we're not having a guest, right?
No. So, yeah, this week we decided just to kind of take a break from the guests. I know it's been a lot of fun. Just distance ourselves a little bit. But yeah, it's been fun having guests on, and we love having you guys on.
It's really great getting a better view of everybody. Not everybody, but a lot of people in our group.
Yeah.
Who skate with us and whatnot. It's been nice to have them on and show what their mindset towards skating and whatnot. We just wanted to kind of get back to our roots for a week, and then pick up more guests in the future.
Yeah, it hasn't been just us two since the first episode. So.
Yeah, it's been a while. I miss your face.
Yeah, haven't gotten to talk directly to you in a little while, but that's fine.
I've missed your
But
voice
we love having
face.
people on, and we're gonna keep having people on after this episode.
Yeah.
But we wanted to kind of just update on us and
The podcast in general.
yeah, just the podcast in general.
Yeah.
But we are gonna have more people on later, so don't worry about it. But
Probably next week.
probably
Or
2 weeks from now.
Podcast.
Next podcast.
Yeah. But we'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
But let's talk about this wintertime skating and how rough it's been.
Wintertime skating. It's been bad.
It's bad. It's like, especially for East Coast skating.
Oh, for sure. East Coast. I mean, not even necessarily East Coast, but northern East Coast. I guess we're technically in Maryland, northern East Coast.
We're kind of in the middle. I guess Maryland's
We get
sort of
enough
in the
snow
middle.
that
But
it counts.
yeah.
Right?
And if it's not snow, it's just rain.
Exactly. Yeah. With the first, I know I was out of town. The 2 weeks of December, first 2 weeks of December, and right whenever I got back, it was snow, ice, everything, and I haven't skated, for probably a month now because of that.
A month.
Probably a month, yeah. Other than we skated today, we went to Sags today, but yeah, it's been probably a month since I've skated. Early December, before I left, I went down to Florida. It's been, whenever I got back, I was like, there's no way I'm skating this. There's no way I'm skating in the snow.
Florida. What's Florida weather like in winter compared to here? Like, it's probably much nicer.
I wish I was skating down there instead.
Oh.
It's like 60s across the board, 50s. You can wear sweatshirts. It's
beautiful.
That's like your weather.
That's like
optimal.
Prime weather for skating.
Exactly.
It's like 60s.
Hot or cold enough that you can wear, a sweatshirt and not sweat like I do.
Yeah.
But it's not too bad. Unfortunately, I didn't get to skate very much while I was down there because I didn't bring my board.
You wouldn't have had a chance then either way, but
Exactly. But
why don't you bring your board, man? What are you
I
didn't
didn't have room in my bag.
Oh, you didn't have room in your bag. You can just
Yeah.
carry it on your flight.
You're right. I should have just carried it on. That's my fault.
Yeah.
I should have thought that through more.
Probably wouldn't have skated anyway.
Yeah, it is
Because
what it is.
your friend you're going to see doesn't skate,
No,
so
it doesn't skate. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
But it's nice, honestly. After taking a month off, it's surprising. Like, it was a little difficult to get relaxed on the board again. But honestly, it felt just like normal. Once
Yeah,
you
like
got finally warmed up and whatnot.
Some people were saying earlier, like for a beginner and for anyone, honestly, after taking a break, sometimes it is weird to get back on the board and you kind of lose some tricks.
Even just skate,
being comfortable in general. But
it feels completely different.
From what I saw today from you, like, I mean, you're still not like 100% comfortable on the board, which is fine because you're a beginner. But like from what you had been doing before, you looked like you picked it up just immediately, like right where
it's just
you
the
were
muscle
at.
memory that, like, say with backside 180s or shoves or whatever.
Yeah.
It just like once I got comfortable back on the board and like was able to, actually move hard,
Yeah.
it felt a lot better. I mean, obviously I don't want to take another month off. It's just been crazy this month with holidays and with
the holiday season and all the weather. It's been rough.
Raining every single freaking day.
It's even been hard for me. Like I'll try to find a way to skate, like either way.
Yeah.
Like, go to garage, go to, some other place, indoors.
Die hard skater.
But like it's been rough. There's been like I think I've skated less this month than I have like all year.
Well, didn't you guys get kicked out of a garage that you usually could skate at?
Yeah,
the weather was bad?
There was a garage we talked about on the last podcast where I wasn't there that time, but they did, police pulled up and they started giving them
if you didn't
tickets.
Get kicked out, you're not gonna go back there,
Yeah, I'm not gonna go. I mean, I guess I could go back one more time because they don't have my name on record right now.
System, man.
Yeah, so I got one more session at that garage, but like I'm probably still not just gonna go back there anytime soon, just because of what's happened to some of our friends that have been there recently.
Which is so weird because whenever we were there, one day it was pouring the rain down. We went there and a cop pulled up and he's like, "No, I'm taking my lunch break. You're fine. You can stay here."
Yeah, that's what's
and then
weird.
The next time they show up and they're like, "Get out.
Get out of here."
Now." And you're just like, okay.
It's a little bit like strange, like when they get mad at you at that garage, because I think I've skated there 4 to 5 different times when police were there, and they didn't say a thing, and then just like one random time. There's some cop that's like, "You got to get out of here. We're gonna arrest you," whatever.
Get out of here.
So strange, but I think that was because the owner of the property complained at that point. I think before the cops didn't care, just because whatever. Yeah. But
there's several garages in Frederick that like are kind of iffy. Like you can go and maybe you will get kicked out or maybe you won't. But it's not good to plan a whole day around it because you have no idea what's going to happen.
You kind of just show up, you get as much of a session as you can, and then if you get kicked, you get kicked, which, sometimes it happens right away. I remember me and you went to a garage back in summertime, and I had skated that garage for a few years, never been kicked out.
The one-story one, is that what you're talking about?
No, this was by Carroll Creek, and it was in
garage.
one of my other YouTube videos, but we were there for 2 minutes, maybe. And we got kicked out.
Yeah, you rolled up. The security said, he just looked at us and he said,
"He's like, you gotta go."
all right. It is
Which
what it is.
It's hit or miss with garages, and there's not a whole lot of places around Frederick anyway, like indoor skate parks that you can go to. So it's kind of rough.
Except for places that some people own that would invite you at some point, but other than that,
there's nowhere to just kind of meet up and skate indoors.
That's been my biggest thing is, like, I've wanted to skate, but, dude, like, it seems like 3 days out of the week, every week, it's just been a downpour. Like, so even skating after the rain, you just feel like, with all the outdoor areas, it just depends on how bad it was and whatnot.
Yeah.
So it's just been weird recently, especially this month.
Yeah.
So.
Which, it's whatever, but you gotta do what you gotta do on the East Coast.
Improvise, adapt,
Improvise, adapt, intercom.
No, but you posted a couple of videos. Whenever it snowed pretty bad, you were actually skating just on the board itself, like a snowboard. Right?
So that was a snow skate.
Is that what we're calling it now? Snow skate?
Well, no, that's an actual thing.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So, no, it's not just taking the wheels and trucks off of the board and using the deck. Okay. That's like an actual thing that's sold where it's a deck it's a little bit thicker, and it has, I'm not sure what kind of material is on the bottom, but it's more of a flat.
Is it like a
weird
smoother
concave
finish underneath?
Yeah, much smoother finish underneath, and you can kind of, sort of, skate on the snow.
Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be awkward either way, but
it's weird. It feels like you're on a skateboard with completely tightened trucks.
Gotcha.
Because there's no way for you to turn, so you have to go straight. So it's a little bit awkward for me.
Perfect.
Like, I'm someone who skates with looser trucks, So I'm used to being able looser.
Extremely loose, to me at least.
To you skate with tighter trucks, you might be more comfortable on it. But like for me, I'm used to just kind of cruising around, like turning wherever I want. Yeah. But on a snow skate, you kind of just go perfectly straight. And if your upper body is off balance, then you're going to fall off. Yeah. So
super constricted.
Yeah, it's a little weird. I posted an edit with some tricks I did on it, which, I was surprised at what I was able to do on it because I hadn't done that before. But like it's still a little bit awkward to get used to.
You hit a board slide, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty nice.
That was difficult.
To be able to ollie up onto the rail without trucks or with wheels and whatnot.
The scary part.
That's really impressive.
That's extremely scary because you can't turn. And normally, like when I board slide, you kind of set up where you're going to go onto the rail. You're ready to ollie on. You turn a little bit and then you ollie onto the rail. But with the snow skate, it's kind of you set yourself up going perfectly straight, angled at the rail, so there's like a specific time you have to ollie up onto the rail. Otherwise you're just gonna shove your ankles right into the rail. Love that. So it was a little bit scary because you have to try or you're gonna eat it and get hurt. But it worked out.
How many times did you do that? Did you go like for sessions out in the snow with that board?
The snow skate, that was actually the only time I broke it
just
out.
The one time?
Actually, that's not true. I broke it out for like 5 minutes one day, like on the first snow.
Gotcha.
And then whatever it was, a few days later, I took it out and actually tried to skate it. But yeah, I was surprised at what I was able to do on it just because of how long it had been since I had actually
some of the clips that you hit were actually pretty good.
Thank you.
It was really surprising because whenever I think you posted them while I was in Florida, and I was like,
while you were living it up in 60-degree weather, Florida.
Hey, I mean.
Yeah. So I did a few tricks in the park, whatever. The scary part of that day was the last clip that I posted where there's a little shack right next to Sagner Skate Park.
Yeah.
And I had the brilliant idea. I was like, I'm going to climb on top of this roof and try to slide off onto the ground.
The best.
And it doesn't look super scary in the video, but you're just climbing up on a roof of a slippery shack
icy, snowy
in like
roof.
20-degree weather. My fingers were freezing. The whole roof was like super slick. I was about to slip off.
Oh my God.
And then just stepping on the board and trying to drop off this, like 10-foot drop. Yeah. It was very, very frightening.
Hey, you hit it though, right? So
sort of.
Sort of.
We'll
take a sort of.
We'll take a sort of. Yeah. I didn't really do it, but like I did it like 4 or 5 times, and I was like, you know what? I'm shaking at this point. I'm not gonna try anymore. It's fine.
Next time it snows, maybe we'll try it again.
Yeah.
But who knows?
But it's tough for us Maryland skaters out here when it gets cold.
Well, yeah, anywhere that it snows, it's just like, because I mean, for example, it snowed here. It snowed like what, 10 inches or something, 7 to 10 inches,
something like that. I have no idea.
And then it's not like just that one day that it snowed you can't skate. It's the next 2 weeks that you're waiting for the snow to melt.
Yeah, and you'll wait for like dry patches to start sprouting up. Like a few guys like Alex and a few other guys from the group, they went to Sagner while it was like iced over, and they were trying to pick at the ice and shovel out little areas for them to skate the ledges or whatever.
That's some dedication.
It really was. That was the night I was there with the snow skate. They came there with shovels and they were trying to like chip at the ice, trying to get spaces so they could skate it the next day, which it didn't really work because
it's
it would take forever.
Degrees.
Yeah, 20 degrees takes forever to shovel out a whole park, but that is dedication for sure. Just trying to
some boiling water and just pour it on the park.
I don't think they could have boiled enough water for that.
Just like 40 gallons, no problem.
Oh yeah, sure.
No problem.
Oh.
I don't know. But like speaking of Sagners, I've kind of told you that skating at Sagners for me has been like, that's my preferred spot. Mm-hmm. I know a lot of people. I don't think you really like Sagners very much, right?
No, I do. I love Sagners.
At first, I remember you kind of being iffy. Like you always prefer Hill Street over Sagners for the most part.
I think I used to a little bit. there's no transition at Sagner. So it's all street skating, which I've learned to like a lot more than transition skating.
A lot more relaxed, I guess, more.
Yeah, I mean...
It just depends on what you're looking to skate.
Yeah, Sagner is a much smaller park. It's usually less crowded. Mm-hmm. So if you're going there with friends, there's probably just going to be like one or two other people there, and you can kind of just have a fun sesh. If you go to Hill Street, it's, you know, almost any time you go, there's going to be a decent amount of people there.
That's why I've kind of been like, with Hill Street, I really like the park. That was the first place I ever skated, was Hill Street. And obviously the park's really nice. They have a couple bowls and they got a lot of ledges and a lot of areas to skate. But I guess for a beginner, but even for somebody who there's just so many people at Hill Street most of the time.
Yeah.
It seems like. So Sags has been really nice just because there's that whole open area, the basketball courts that are just flat ground that you can practice whatever you want to practice on.
Yeah.
And then there's also the ledges and whatnot. So like over time, I feel like Sags has been like the place that I really enjoy going.
Just because you feel more comfortable.
Yeah, more comfortable, and it's just like, I don't know, the ledges I feel like I can at least do something on instead of, you know, dropping into a huge bowl and trying to transition through that's...
Yeah, that is true. There is some smaller obstacles at Sagner's that would be easier for a beginner to learn stuff on. But yeah, if you're looking for any sort of transition, like you're not going to find it at Sagner. Yeah, so exactly. Like,
you just gotta accept that before you go, and then go from there. Yeah, exactly.
But you know, it is what it is. Sagner's just a street park, and the Hill Street is both a street and a transition park. But it just kind of depends what you want to get into. So
yeah, exactly. Do you think there's like a significant drop in the amount of people that skate during these months that are like cold and the wet weather? Do you think it's like a huge drop off, or is it like...
So I would say yes, just because of how many people out there are not, I don't want to use this term, but say like true skateboarders.
Yeah, who skateboard every day and like...
Yeah, so if you're the kind of person that is a skater and you're like skate or die kind of thing, like you're going to find a way to skate during the winter.
Yeah, one way or another.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot more crowded during the summer just because you're going to have a lot more of those people that are going to be out there just because it's nice out. Yeah. And they're like, oh, skateboarding, it's a nice day to go skateboarding. But like, you know, that's just how it is. But yeah, if you're like a skate or die kind of person, you're going to find a way to skate every day.
That's what I've kind of noticed, because like even with SAGs, when you expect that SAG is kind of more of a low-key park that like not a lot of people are at all the time, but in the summer it can get like packed. But like tonight we went and there was nobody there.
Yeah, it was like maybe one other person, two other people. So
it just depends on I guess week by week, but when it's colder, a lot less people come out.
And speaking of tonight, we both hit a few tricks, but you hit your first ever grind, I guess we'd call it. Yeah, it's a ride on 50-50 down this long set. Yeah. And I just want to ask you like how why did you try that initially? I don't even remember how that started.
Honestly, whenever we first went to SAGs, and maybe not even the first time, but like we've gone there several times, and when we leave, who wants to just walk down the stairs, right? There's like a 6-stair right there.
Just a set going out of the park with this perfect little hubba next to it. And you're like, I should just hit that on the way out.
Am I just going to walk out like a loser or try and do something? Yeah. So I think I saw you tried to do something on it. So I was like, I'll try and 50-50 on this. And the first one I did, I actually got almost all the way down.
It was like first try. You rolled the whole thing out until the very end, and we were stepped off.
We were saying, all right, we're leaving, and then we ended up staying another 20 minutes so that we could hit something on this.
Yeah, we waited. We stayed because we were like, oh, Josh, you got that. You did that, and then we were like, oh. I forget, like Alex or Max, like I want to do something on it, and then everyone was like, and then I ended up getting a trick on it, and then
like, here, hold my phone. I'm gonna go try and do something. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. Our buddy Andreas, like we were saying bye to him because he was like one of the other people there. We're like, all right, I'll see you later, man. Then we end up just staying there for like 20 minutes, and then he ends up leaving before us. He was like, okay, guys, I'll see you later.
I was like, yo, I don't think we're ever going to leave, but I'll see you later. He's like, okay, take it easy. But
Okay.
yeah, it's yeah, that was a good time because that was the first time I actually ever hit any kind of grind really, and I mean we hit that little I don't know what you would even call it, the parking block.
Parking block.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that doesn't really count. That's like 2 inches off the ground.
Yeah.
But that definitely was a different story going down the stair and picking up some speed. I'm kind of upset that somebody put grass there because it wasn't there before.
Somebody put grass there.
But there was grass. There wasn't grass there before. Somebody just like threw it down.
Yeah. Okay. But like, what was when you first tried it? What you were just like messing around? I'm assuming you're like, I'm gonna hit it going out of the park.
I mean, obviously, I'm not like half-assing it because you have to full-ass it. But yeah, I mean, I kind of tried to go down it, and whenever I realized, I was like, dang, my balance is better than I thought it was. It took me, like 8 or 9, maybe?
Maybe even less than that. Probably like 5-6 tries.
Trying to get down it, and finally got down it and ran into the grass. It definitely gave me a lot of confidence for trying different kinds of things like that.
Yeah, that was...
Because I told you whenever we were there, I was like, man, board sliding is actually really fun. Or 50-50 is really fun. Because it's just all balance, and then you just gotta
stand up right over it. But was that what level of like adrenaline did you get from that? Because the first time you do something like that, even though it's not like something huge, it's just like something you're not totally confident in, and you could possibly get hurt. It's not like a flat ground trick.
Well, you can show me busting my ass. Got my whole backside covered in dirt.
Yeah, is that the most kind of? I guess you did the drop in. So was that or the drop in more of an adrenaline rush for you?
Oh, the drop in was definitely more because you just know that there's so much pain that awaits you.
So much on the line.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You just have to full send. That's more just like, I would compare it more to like picking up a lot of speed on a hill when you get like the wobbles and stuff. That's a little different because you kind of compare the same where you can go on and it's more just like keep your balance, bail if you have to, and at least it's not like such a bad place to bail that you're going to break your ankle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like it wasn't too bad, but it definitely was something that kind of invigorated me to try that more, try 50-50s more. And stuff like that. But Sags is that area is a really good place to 50-50 because it's not like you have to ollie onto it and 50-50. You can just kind of roll.
Yeah, it's just a nice little ride on, ride off kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that was really good. I was surprised actually you did that. So
makes 2 of us.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Very nice. I'm going to zoom in on that.
Put a little effect on it.
A little star or something.
But speaking of tricks, you hit one of 3, right? Embark clip of the year?
Yeah. Embark Skate Shop, the local shop, did this thing before New Year's where they were like, send in your best clip of 2020. We'll pick a winner or 3 winners, I guess it was, at, the end of the year, which they just posted a couple days ago. Okay. And I ended up being one of the 3 winners.
Nice.
Which I was very psyched about. Yeah. And I'll post the clip, but it was back in
that was summertime. That was like August or July or something like that.
And it was a trick I had been working on for
months, right?
I think it was about a month. I had been trying this trick. And when I say, I mean, a month of trying this trick, which was like every time I'd go to Hillcrest, which was like maybe twice a week, I would try for, a half hour to an hour. So it's not like I was out there every single day, trying this trick for hours and hours at a time. But yeah, I would go there and I had this trick in my head every time I went. And I was like, I really, really, really want to get this because like, this is an insane trick. Yeah. Yes. I wasn't thinking that at the time, but I was like, this would be an insane trick for me personally to be able to get. And like every time I go there, I would have a few tries out of the, 100 tries, which would be, relatively close. And I was like, oh shit, maybe I can do this. Yeah. And the night it actually happened, you were there. Yeah. That was,
I was filming actually.
Yeah, it was like soon after you started skating, right?
Yeah, it was I wasn't super comfortable on my board. And second point, Hillcrest that night was
packed. Yeah.
It was complete. So I was like, yo, we already skated the Sags earlier that day, and I was like, if you want to try and hit this clip, I'll record you all night if you want me to.
Yeah.
And it took you, honestly, it only took you like 10 to 15 tries.
It was, I only tried it like 10 times, but the thing was, the first 9 tries, I was not near. I was not close at all, and I was like,
you were about to give up.
I was like, Josh, like, f it, I'm done. Like, I don't really want to try this anymore. Like, waste more time tonight. And I don't know I think it was either you or someone was like, do it one more time, whatever. Yeah. And then you actually gave me advice to try before. You were like, just started skating. You were like, I mean, it's very smart of you. You'd been observing.
Well, I watched you.
It's all right. We can keep going. Yeah. Observing what I had been doing, and you were like, the tries you've been the closest on are the ones where you've kind of done a slower kickflip, waited for it to catch.
Don't try and like worry about the
late shove.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and you were like, just focus on the kickflip, just get that out of the way, and then focus on the next part of the trick. And I was like, all right, whatever.
This guy doesn't know shit.
And it was like, this last try I'm going to take, like, whatever. And, I went up there, rolled down, did the trick, just, like, blacked out in the air. And I, like, hit the ground, landed it, didn't touch anything like that. I rolled to the fence at the back, and I just was, like, standing there. Yeah. And I was like... My jaw literally just dropped.
I went to give you a high five. You're literally you hit it and then you rolled to the fence and I stand up and I'm just like, good job, and you just left me. You're just like,
my jaw was just on the floor. I was like in disbelief because like I didn't know if I actually just did it or not. Yeah. And like, dude, the hype of the park was crazy. That's the most hype like I've ever gotten for a trick, and I was like so hyped on that. Xavier in the background, you can hear him in the video. He's like, "F you did it! Do it again! I missed it."
We got the video. We're not gonna have to do it again. Don't worry about it,
dude. I was like shaking. I snapped my board because I was like, you know what? Whatever. I did it. I snapped my board. We just left the park. And I was like, all right, I'm done for the night. I'm not going to try another trick after that.
Retire forever after that. I thought you were like, retire the board, put everything away. I'm done for good.
But yeah, that's like the best feeling in the world is landing a trick that is like above your skill level, and you've been working on it and you're working really hard at it for a while, and you finally hit it, and you're like, that was like so perfect.
Dude, I'm glad I was there for that because that was insane.
Yeah.
That was crazy. Especially like, honestly, after every trick, I'm just like, I'm cool with just pressing record and then kind of trying to zoom in and stuff. And I was like, man, I want him to hit it, but he hasn't even gotten close. And then you just hit it, and I was like, what? Okay.
Yeah, dude, I was so psyched because I was like trying that for so long, and then I finally did it, and I haven't even tried it since. Yeah. There's no point because I know forever. But that's how it is sometimes with tricks and skateboarding. Yeah. I mean, eventually, I'm sure I'll come back to that trick. I'll try it again, maybe like at a street spot or something like that. But like for now, I'm just gonna sit with that.
Not even think about it.
But that ended up winning Embark's, or one of the winners of Embark's trick of the year.
Good for you, man.
And so that was really
deserving for sure.
Thank you. Which there were a lot of really good clips sent in to that. So like I was so psyched to be one of the winners, but like I didn't think I deserved it, but like
you definitely deserved it with that clip because I mean we're gonna be shown on loop and it's
just
so
on loop.
Insane. It doesn't even make sense to me.
Yeah.
To be able to do something.
Dude, it doesn't even make sense to me.
I know. Honestly,
and I'm the one who did the trick. But that's just how it is sometimes with skating. You just make things work and.
But shout out to Embark for doing that as well. It's a good way to get people involved and see what the people around you are able to do, and it really gives you a lot of sense of
the talent.
Exactly.
Yeah, talent in the area, which there is a lot of talent in this area. Which
for sure. Even whenever I skate up here, I mean, as you know, it's a drive for me. But when I skate up here with that group, it's like it's always somebody's hitting something and they're like, "Oh, that wasn't good," and I'm just like, "That's insane." But
yeah, but
But yeah, I don't know. We didn't have a guest today, but in the future, like we said, we're trying to get
next
more.
podcast.
Yeah, next
we'll
podcast
have a guest.
we'll probably have some more guests. We want to get people who are involved in around this area and whatnot.
Yeah, it may have been boring this time,
Yeah,
but sorry, it's just us two, the host and co-host. But just got to do it sometimes.
Yeah, we'll see what the future holds. If there's anything that the viewers want to see, specifically different topics that they want to look into, like I don't even know what to use as an example, but if there's anything that really strikes the viewers as what they want to see on here, then we'd love to hear your suggestions and whatnot through comments and whatnot.
Yeah, if you want us to talk about anything specific, let us know. I mean, we're open to these suggestions. Most of the time we come up with our topics the day that we're going to do the podcast, and we just roll.
We'll see.
But if there's anything you guys want to see, if you want to be on the podcast, if you want us to feature your clips, anything like that, let us know.
Yeah, just hit us up, and we'll be happy to either show clips or have you on, because we love having guests. Other than that, is there anything else you want to add onto that?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I think just subscribe.
Subscribe to Bruised.
But yeah, this has been another Bruised podcast. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Subscribe, like.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice day. Take it easy. Peace.